Let me ask you about something more practical. Can you explain for our viewers, especially for those not from the province of Ontario, what happened recently in the legislature about Bill 12? Tell me what Bill 12 was and what happened to it and why that's a surprise.
So Bill 12 was a private member's bill put forward by a Liberal member of provincial parliament, John Fraser, who represents the riding of Ottawa South. And this bill said that if passed, it would mandate COVID-19 vaccine for anyone who works in healthcare or education across the province. So currently, Doug Ford's rules say that each individual school board and healthcare institution can put in their own mandates, whereas John's bill said that it would then be just across the board, across the province. So we got this bill. It was short notice because we're at the beginning of a new session, and immediately we put a call to action out. And we told people to contact their MPP, whether it be by phone or by email, and let them know that they need to vote against Bill 12. So the day of the debate, which was last Wednesday, I believe it was, we saw that the PCs had one speaker to the bill. And, it was Robin Martin, and she said that basically the government, they're proud of implementing these vaccine passports, and they're encouraging hospitals and school boards to implement them. So they're clearly okay with the premise. But sure enough, when we had the recorded vote, the PC party voted against the bill, and of course the bill died.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. I put that in the category of small comfort. I mean, it's being enforced by all the local institutions. This is just some Liberal MPP who wanted a one-size-fits-all hammer to smash the province from the legislature. I think the end effect is that you have 100 small hammers smashing people instead of one giant hammer. Probably feels the same way to be smashed, whether it's your local authority or the province, but I suppose it's a victory? I mean, maybe?
It is a victory in that we were able to put political pressure on the PCs to say one thing and do the other, which they tend to be doing anyway. But in this case, they did the right thing, which was voting against the mandate. And they did not so just once, but twice, because the NDP put through a motion, and it was pretty much the same language, and they voted against that as well the following day. So while they have implemented rules that allows institutions to do their own, we know that provincially that nothing is going to be mandated for now.
Well, again, I guess you got to count your wins where you get them these days. So I would say that's a win, and that is interesting that Robin Martin, the Conservative MPP, said one. It sounds like you're saying she said one thing and did another. I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad that bill was shot down. I just think that is a very baby step, and we are in a crisis. Let me ask you this. Are there any other Conservative MPPs, and I'm not asking you to name them, of course, are you in touch with any other members of the Conservative Party caucus who are uncomfortable with the way things are going? I mean, obviously, I'm familiar with some people who were uncomfortable for a while before they left or were kicked out. Are there others within, and if so, what do you think their breaking points would be?
So let me go back for a second. And you were talking about a small win. It shows the public that when they apply political pressure, that they can make change. I think this should give people a lot of hope. And that to say that it's small, it kind of diminishes it a little bit, because people did respond to the call to action, and they did get the PCs to reverse course, because it's very likely this would have gone through on a voice vote. Now, going back to that question, yes, I do speak to others in the PC caucus. I'm friendly with a number of them, and I know that a lot of them are uncomfortable with some of these rules and a lot of these rules. I don't know what the breaking point is going to be for these individuals. Recently, Lindsay Park, she just left based on the way she was treated by the party. But there's a lot of rules and regulations that are being put through without any debate within caucus even, and they're not happy. And I do hope that these individuals pluck up the courage, so to speak, and make a stand and leave.
That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.